G'day, my name's Jingo. We've been travelling around a bit over the last 20 years or so, carting people all over Australia. But now we've retired, got away from all that, and we're just travelling on our own. Right around Australia, meeting lots of people, sitting around having a chat around the campfire now and then. And well, over the years I've written a few poems, and I just thought you might like to hear one of my little bush poems. Now this poem's called The Bush Dunny, and it goes like this. Years ago Slim Dusty sang a song that's hard to beat, about a redback spider that lived beneath a toilet seat. Well, when Bluey and me mates and I were camping out one day, we had a similar incident, and it happened just this way. Fishing on the Warburton north of Cowrie we'd spent days, well, maybe it was a week or more, it's now a distant haze. We'd made our camp on the river flat. There was Bluey, Stumpy and Bill, and just behind our campsite was a mulga covered hill. Well, while sitting round the campfire late one afternoon, Bill felt the call of nature. "I'll have to go real soon," said as he shouldered the shovel, toilet roll in hand, and headed for the mulga in the deep red desert sand. Well, what happened next we're not too sure, but to us it seemed real funny, the day that Bill took to the bush to dig his own bush dunny. Apparently he dug a hole alongside some great big rocks, undid his belt and dropped his dacks right down around his socks. Bill was about to stand back up, the paperwork was done, when an excruciating pain he felt strike him on the bum. Well, the long-handled shovel and toilet roll were farthest from his thought as he took off across the scrub, his mind in terror wrought. You know, a hobbled horse can hardly run with his four legs tied together. Poor Bill, with trousers round his ankles, couldn't do much better. He ran into the campsite screaming in great fright, something like an emu trying to take to flight. Well, he cleared the tent and swags and things with one almighty leap. He even jumped the campfire with his dacks around his feet. He ran 2 more laps around the camp, then headed for the creek. 'Twas then we saw the tiger snake attached to his left cheek. Well, he made a graceful swan dive. He almost hit the other bank. The tiger snake then lost its grip and to the bottom sank. But poor Bill couldn't swim, you know, his trousers were pulling him right down. So Bluey to the rescue hauled him up to higher ground. Such a funny thing we hadn't seen in all our camping ventures, but Bill just lay there groaning from the pain of that snake's dentures. We didn't quite know what to do or where the tourniquet to tie, but knew if we didn't do first aid our old mate Bill might die. Well, we lay Bill on his stretcher and on the bite put ice, and called the flying doctor to seek some good advice. The flying doctor flew into camp and loaded Bill on board, and southwards to the hospital for proper treatment roared. Well, Bill survived the incident, but we still think it's very funny, the day that Bill took to the bush to dig his own bush dunny.